Buenas tardes y bienvenidos a todos. Good afternoon and welcome everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shearer, and I'm the Spiritual Director and Founding Minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to become a member of our center, please connect with me for more information. Today is Saturday, June 19th, 2021. And we're continuing with our annual theme, which is Timeless Wisdom, Evolutionary Vision. And our topic for this month of June has been the soul's call. The topic for this week is what's evolution without love? We open each week with a spiritual mind treatment, also known as affirmative prayer. And this is a powerful tool and a practical tool, which helps to shift our consciousness so that we are open and available to accept all the good that is already present in our life. It aligns our thoughts with all good. So let's move into today's service with intention, as we do each week, with a reading from the Creative Thought magazine. And today I'll be reading from June 19th, 2014. Just a reminder that spiritual mind treatment is always done in the first person. So I invite you to close your eyes and take these words as your own, if you so choose. I am my faith revealed. God is spirit, soul, and body. It is the only life, the only mind, the only love, and the only law. All is this one in action and form. I am this one in action and in form, and expressed by it with all of its qualities available to me. Knowing this, I believe the reality that the good of God is my good always and always. I contemplate my belief in the presence of good now. It grows from the seed of hope into the abiding faith and trust that my life and my calling are spiritual gifts and are of spiritual nature, and therefore greater than any circumstance or condition. I live with love and wisely use my mind as I use the one mind to reveal abundant life and perfect right action in every aspect of my life. I think my thoughts from an attitude of possessing every good thing that supports my life, and I remain open to the new and wonderful experiences that emerge because of my faith. My faith, I know the love that I bring is the love I receive. Faithfully, I abandon myself to spiritual supply and receive abundantly. Now I gratefully accept that my word is the law of mind in action, generating even greater faith in me as I receive the evidence of it in a steady flow of good. My faith has made me whole. My faith has made it so, and so it is. And that was submitted by Reverend John Lusk from Westlake Village, California. So as we do each week, let's review our purpose, vision, and mission statements. So I'll share them with you so that we can read them together. Our purpose is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. We do this by means of our vision, which is to educate and support each other so we can create the life we desire that works for us right now. And this is further supported by our mission, which is to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. And so, once again, I'd like to welcome everyone, including those that are new to our teaching and to our center here in Puerto Vallarta. Whether you're here on the live Zoom call or watching the replay at a later time, please know that everyone is welcome here and we value each and every one of you. If you would like to have the Zoom password and link, please let me know so that you can join us live on Zoom as well. So again, just to let everybody know that you are welcome no matter what path you are currently on or have been on in the past. We are a faith philosophy that follows all faith traditions. So please know that everyone is truly welcomed here. And if you have any questions, please let me know and I can respond to those as well. Like I said, we are a philosophy, and that's what we teach. And this philosophy is called the science of mind. It's a teaching based on new thought and ancient wisdom. And we offer spiritual tools and principles to help promote personal growth. We've already experienced one of these tools with the opening spiritual mind treatment. And as I've mentioned, we honor diversity in all aspects so that we can see and appreciate the great oneness that already exists everywhere and within everyone. When Dr. Ernest Holmes founded this teaching in the 1920s, he had studied both Eastern and Western spiritual texts to create the science of mind, which focuses on the individual use of thoughts and this powerful thing called the mind. When asked to provide a concise definition of the science of mind teaching, he had replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. And each week we offer a service with an inspirational message. And in the past, we've been doing this at a downtown Puerto Vallarta restaurant, but we are still required to wear masks at all times while outside the home. So I continue to welcome you into my home via Zoom. Mi casa es su casa. And we look forward to once again meeting in person so that we can enjoy having a discussion afterwards and to enjoy some homestyle Mexican cooking. Updates on when and where we will be meeting in person will be provided here the week prior, as well as posted on our Facebook page and on our website. So this week, our evolutionary vision from the Centers for Spiritual Living Global Vision is this. We envision a world where personal responsibility joins with social conscience in every area of the political, corporate, academic, and social sectors, providing sustainable structures to further the emerging global consciousness. We envision a world in which we live and grow as one global family that respects and honors the interconnectedness of all life, and a world where this kinship with all life prospers and connects through the guidance of spiritual wisdom and experience. Our timeless wisdom from our science of mind principles, core concepts, and values for this week are oneness, freedom, and love. First, oneness. There is one infinite reality. We call it many names, including, but not limited to God, life, universal spirit, infinite intelligence, first cause, or the thing itself. The one infinite reality is undivided, complete, and whole within itself. This oneness creates everything out of itself, and therefore includes both the absolute and the relative, the tangible and intangible, the physical and the metaphysical aspects of reality. Freedom. Freedom is the birthright of every individual, and we are free to choose and create our own experience of life. Love. Love is the self-givingness of universal spirit through its desire to express itself in terms of creation. Love is the impulse of law. Pardon me, love is the impulse and law is the way of creation. Carl Jung had said, "Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens." The soul's call is this deeply intimate, challenging, exponentially powerful, and globally beneficial work we are invited to do each and every day. This is globally beneficial because when any one of us awakens, it affects and evolves the global consciousness. As is for one, is for all. Without love, evolution is a spiritual path of apathy, complacency, and lethargy. It's easy to talk the talk about love and more challenging to love our neighbors as ourselves. The evolutionary leap of this radical love calls us to reach out and love each other. This is the beloved community in action. And so today I'd like to open our discussion with this quote from The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. He said, "Evolution is the awakening of the soul to a recognition of its unity with the whole." Yes, spirit is the changeless reality. It's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Spirit does not change. It loved each of us so much that it created all life. Spirit is free so that our birthright is freedom. Spirit's nature is light, and therefore each of us is infused with light to the degree that we recognize the light within. Although we come from the one creator, often we as humans having a spiritual experience seem to forget that there's just one thing going on, and that's spirit expressing itself as itself through us. Let us realize that now is the time to evolve in our word of love and nature of light so that we might create a human condition of freedom once and for all. Ernest Holmes said this in The Science of Mind. The aim of evolution is to produce a human who has the point of his objective thought may completely manifest the whole idea of life, may bring unity to the point of particularization, finding nothing in the law to oppose it. Now, just before we go into our three main key points today, I'd like to just share with you that here in Puerto Vallarta, we were right in the pathway of Hurricane Dolores, and she has now shifted inland. So we'll get some rain, but not the extreme weather in the pathway of the hurricane. So let's send love and prayer of health and safety to all of those that are in the path of Hurricane Dolores. And there's also another hurricane system that has come up through the Gulf of Mexico and is traveling along the east coast of the United States. So let's also include them in our prayers of love, health, and safety. Our three key points today are an awareness of freedom. Love is the self-givingness of creation. and oneness. So our first point, an awareness of freedom. God created humans in its own image and likeness for us to express our individual joy and love and light. No one can ever take away our birthright of freedom in the spiritual realm. There is no limit or limitation to our thoughts. Therefore, we cannot be bound. In the Creative Mind textbook, Ernest Holmes wrote this: God has already done for us in a mechanical way all that God can do. And having been given the ability, we will have to do for ourselves the rest. So, what is ours to do? Well, today is Juneteenth, also known as Freedom Day. And this has been a tradition in the United States for more than 150 years. The holiday found its roots in Texas, where enslaved African Americans in the city of Galveston were finally informed of their freedom on June 19th, 1865. And about 2.5 years after, President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863. Imagine, if you will, that you were imprisoned and the parole board confirmed your release, but you weren't told about your freedom for another 2.5 years. Would you be celebrating your freedom? At what point? First recognized in 1980 in Texas, now 47 states plus the District of Columbia recognize and celebrate June 19th as a state holiday for state employees, as well as many other companies that have joined in, providing a day of celebration to the employees. For some African Americans, this year's Juneteenth is difficult to celebrate, as Black people are still fighting for equal rights in labor, healthcare, housing, education, and more. A more widespread recognition of the holiday and the spread of approved time off from work is not enough. We must do more so that there truly is freedom for all. Because Black people and people of color are not afforded the luxury of taking a break from fighting for justice. So we must stand up and do everything that we can to ensure freedom for all. Franny Lou Hammer said this: nobody's free until all are free. Which brings us to love as the self-givingness of creation. As I had said earlier, love points the way and law makes it possible. And tomorrow we celebrate Father's Day, a day of love for our father figures. A young woman wanted to honor her father, and in May of 1909, Sonora Smart Dodd of Spokane, Washington, sat in a church listening to a Mother's Day sermon. She decided she wanted to designate a day for her dad, William Jackson Smart. So today we celebrate our early father roles in our lives, our earthly father's role in our lives. Those that gave us the gift of life, along with our mothers. Those individuals that provided us with a masculine energy of strong support, protection, guidance, wisdom, and most of all, love. So this is extended to father figures as well as our birth fathers. They may be the masculine energy of power and love that has contributed so much to each of us. And we are forever grateful for all the father figures in our lives. Dr. Ernest Holmes said this in the Creative Mind and Success textbook. He said, in practice, the emancipated soul must always realize that he is in union with the Father. What the Father does, he can do in his own life. What God is, he can become. His word must be spoken with absolute authority. He must know, therefore, and there should be no uncertainty. The word is the only power. Everything must come from it, and nothing can stand against it. It is the great weapon which he is to use against all evil and for all good. And that brings us to our third point, oneness. We live in a thoughtful and intelligent universe that is always creating. As Dr. Holmes said, we all receive some light, and that light is the same light. There is one nature diffused throughout all nature, God incarnated in all people. There's a time in each of our lives to be in the light as well as the time to be in the darkness. God provides the seasons to live in both. Light and darkness are God ordained. So we must learn to celebrate both of those seasons, for they show up in each of us. The summer solstice is tomorrow. It's the first day of summer in the Northern Hemisphere. And the Northern Hemisphere receives more daylight than any other day of the year on the summer solstice. Simultaneously, the Southern Hemisphere experiences the winter solstice. So let us celebrate that which provides not only light, but life itself. This is the time for a reconnection to the light within, all around us, above us, below us, everywhere, and ever expanding. In astrology, the sun is associated with the divine masculine. In Spanish, sun is el sol in the masculine form. And the moon is in the feminine, la luna. And it's associated with the divine feminine. Regardless of your gender, everyone contains these magical energies, the masculine and the feminine. The masculine is typically associated with action, power, and growth, while the divine feminine is associated with emotions, caring for others, and intuition. It is fitting that the summer solstice happens during the month of June, which is Pride Month, a time in which many of us feel called to celebrate gender beyond binaries. So our call to action today is this. Spirit is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. It is the one changeless reality that is love and light that created all to express love, light, joy, peace, beauty. Each of us is free to express ourselves in whatever way we feel fit. So let's work with one another to celebrate our oneness and interconnectedness, and realize that by doing this, we can certainly achieve our aspirational idea of creating a world that works for everyone. The universe spirals upward because it is powered by love. And I'd like to leave you with this quote from Fred Rogers. Knowing that we can be loved exactly as we are gives us all the best opportunity for growing into the healthiest of people. So love your neighbor as yourself and enjoy whatever it is that you are doing to celebrate Juneteenth and family and love. So today, our affirmation is this: I move forward in my life from a place of love. And that brings us to our time of mindful giving and financial support of our spiritual home. Here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta, we rely on your support so that we can continue offering this powerful teaching of the science of mind. And we bless the financial gifts that you give today. Each and every donation is greatly appreciated, whether it's $5 or $50, or even just the cost of a cup of coffee. If you would like to join me in saying our offertory affirmations, we'll be putting those up on the shared screen in a moment. In the meantime, if you would like to head over to our website, and that is www.cslpv.org. And on the landing page, you'll see a Donate Now button. When you click on that, it'll take you to PayPal so that you can make your donation in whichever way you decide is best for you. Or if you would like to still write a paper check, you can do so and address it and mail it to CSLPV, number 403, 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, V1Y8N1. So now, if you would like to join me in our offertory affirmations. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. And just a reminder that if you would like to have a one-on-one connection for a spiritual mind treatment, to assist you with whatever change it is that you require, or to just receive more of all the good that you are already receiving, then please connect with me. And if you would like to commit to being a member of the Centers for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta for this current year, or if you would like to be a member of our Board of Trustees, please connect with me so that we can send you out the current forms. And also, let's continue practicing peace and love. We can each be a force for peace and for nonviolence. Our words and our actions create ripples of peace all around us. And peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. So may peace and love be with you. Thank you for coming and sharing this time together. Peace and blessings to all. Namaste.